Hello, my name is Kris, and I'm going to be going over the brief basics on C, according to the C 8990 standard. This is not a C++ tutorial. C++ is an extension to C to make object-oriented programming easier. But if you already have learned some C++, then you'll be seeing a bunch of similarities, considering C++ is mostly made up of C in the first place. The C8990 standard is just a ANSI, the American National Standard Institute, or something like that. I can't quite remember that. I think that's right. I'll just be using the free Bloodshed compiler, which you can get off bloodshed.net. So first, I'm gonna come in here and get a source file and include this. Alright, so this is stdio, and this is a header, and this is the extension. It's a header file. Now, this basically says standard input output. So it's a standard input output functions, declarations, macros, variables, whatever. So now you're normally going to see me put this into our future applications just because it is standard, and that's what I'm teaching. I'm teaching the standard. So I'm going to write the next code here. Alright, so this says int. Int is bold, and that means it's a data type, and the data type is an integer, and there's places in memory which hold values, and this is just going to hold a whole number, an integer, which is like 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3, so on and so forth, -200 billion, whatever, doesn't matter. Within the parentheses, no, then we have main. Main right here is a function, and these are the parameters in that function, and this is what we're going to be putting inside the main function. So inside the main, we can, on Windows systems, there's 2 parameters that we can put in. There's 3 in Unix, and I think there's 4 in the Mac OS. But I'm using Windows, so I'm using Windows 7, so I'm just gonna be going with that. So the first one is an integer. It's argc. Now argc is argument count, and that's how many arguments are going to be passed into the main function. Now, what I mean by that is you're not gonna know. What I mean by that, you're not gonna know, because that is down the road. Basically, we can pass parameters into this program, this executable file, from like a text file or something, or the command line, and this just handles these. So now there's the second one is a car pointer. Now this is a data type, it's character, and this is a pointer, and I'm going to teach pointers later. Just know that this is mandatory for this. And then it's argv, which is argument vector, and this contains the arguments that are passed into it. And it's a array, so we put those whatever you want to call those. I keep forgetting the name, but it's empty. So because we don't need to handle any of these, so why even put it there in the first place? It's just a little. This is just a little side thing that I'm just letting you know. I'll go over it again. Now it's empty, or I could write void, which is the absence of, or whatever. But I'm just gonna leave it blank because I don't really need that. So let's actually do something. Whoa, wrong place. Flush. Sorry for my terrible writing. That's not right. Jeez, I'm sorry. Alright, so let's go over this. First, printf means print formatted. It sends data to the std out, which will be the console window. There are many formats in printf, which I will be going over in further tutorials. Flush, flush or whatever, is imagine this. There's a stream that goes from your keyboard onto the console program or window or whatever, and it's actually defined in the library, this library right here, and it's called stdin. That's the standard input. Now, just like standard output or stdout, which I just mentioned about 5 seconds ago. Now this stream is flushed out by this function, which makes it write it to its destination. So, like, there's stuff in the imaginary toilet that leads from your computer to your console window, and we're just flushing it out and making it clear. And it's anything that this might have left behind. So just put it there. It's needed. And then let's say we don't even have this, so I'm going to comment this out. Alright, so if we don't have this, then when we run this program, it's just going to open and close immediately. We're not even going to see anything. Now, get car is a function which takes input, and we can store it to a variable, such as if we already declared a variable, we could go like int hello equals get car. But we're not going to do that because we don't need to put it into a function, or a variable. Now, this is just going to wait until we press enter and then return 0. Now, return 0 returns 0 to main, and main handles that as, okay, we're closing the application. 0 is the error level, and 0 error level main is just going to terminate. And I'm going to be going over a lot more on how the many formats on printf, and some more on this, and definitely some more on get char, and some more on return 0. But I can't go over everything, and this is just a hello world application. I'm not trying to explain every concept and every function to you, which I hope I will one day be able to do to all of you. So let's just compile and run. Oh, I already have one. Okay, we'll just save it over that. Alright, so you see hello world. Now, like I said before, if I could just type this, which is just how the get car function works, but as soon as I press enter, it disappears. And if it's right here, yeah, now you can see that we have a exe of your hello world program. Hello world. This is Kris signing off. Goodbye.